Good afternoon, everyone out there. How are you today? How was your weekend? So perhaps you could type in the chat and let me know how your weekend had been. And also, how are you feeling right now? It's lovely to see so many of you signed in again. And those of you on Facebook, although you may be able to watch this, I won't be able to read your comments now, but I will be able to read them later. So it'll still be wonderful if you can type your comments to indicate how you're doing. So if you like to pose questions, it would be best for you to register on the Zoom link so that you can be interactive with me and all the other speakers who will be joining, hosting the Mindfulness at Lunch session. Okay, so I can see some messages here right now. Thank you, Javette. Weekends are good. That's great to hear. Someone else has says a hectic weekend. And excited, wonderful, right? Okay. I had a wonderful weekend. Thanks, Chua. And Badaria weekend was very engaging. Yes, I think you were in my MBSR one-day retreat. If you are the same Badaria, are you the same Badaria? Hi, Angie. Feeling all right. Weekend was a bit busy and tiring. Managed to get some rest. Wonderful. And good afternoon, Sally. And with all the bad news about COVID, it has been quite stressful. Okay, thank you for mentioning that. Where's your beautiful background from? That was from the Lake District in the UK. So that was over a year ago. I'm glad that I managed to go there when I could. Yeah, so in life, it's like, seize the opportunity when you have it, because you never know when you run out of time. And in this case, there is no time or opportunity now for the time being. Great, thank you, Hong Mok. Nice to see you again. Yes, indeed. Trying to stay positive. Yeah, I think Singapore will go into circuit breaker soon. Awesome weekend. Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, so a very good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for signing in to Mindfulness at Lunch. And it's really lovely to have this opportunity to host this session every day during the week, as I know how it is to be working and at the same time managing. Now the kids may be home, and all of you having to stay home to work, or at least most of you do, and also to manage all the going-ons and the news. So it's really important for us to notice how our mind can be so easily affected by some information. And therefore, it might actually be good to limit the information that we look out for or receive. Because for some of us who are not very good in terms of receiving news that are not so positive, it would just create a lot of anxiety. And there are a lot of information that you don't need to know. You may want to know because there is this mind that is attracted to negative stories. And that's why people get into gossips, wanting to talk about the negative stuff. But it's not healthy for the mind. So it's more important to focus the mind on the information that are necessary to know, and to also apply our mind to focusing on what we can do instead of the stuff that we can't do. So this afternoon session, I'm going to be emphasizing on how to be kind and gentle. And being kind and gentle is not just towards other people, but also to ourselves. What does it mean to be kind? So when we are kind to our body, means that we only eat what the body needs. We eat what nourishes the body. We eat what keeps the body healthy. So similarly with the mind, is to feed information to the mind that is useful, nourishing, and keep the information that is not helpful to the mind. Some of us can take more negative news than others, so know your mind. Just like some people can eat more, and some people can eat very spicy food. And some of us have stomachs that don't tolerate certain types of food. So keeping the mind healthy is just as important as keeping the body healthy by making good choices. So I'm not suggesting that you don't know or you don't tune into what's going on in the world, but tune into what your mind really needs to know or what you really need to know. Because this mind has this tendency to be drawn to negative stuff, which may be very stimulating, very provocative, and it makes the mind very active, but it may not be helpful. Now, being kind was also about doing random acts of kindness, giving yourself a treat, giving other people a treat. Now, it's not to say we can't dine out now, that we can't give people a treat. So this morning, I decided I was going to head out to my favorite bakery and buy some lovely croissants for my family so we can enjoy a nice breakfast. And head out to the market and get some groceries so that I can actually make some KL Hokkien Mee. So I'm originally from Malaysia. So I decided I'm going to cook that as a treat, as a gift to the family. So these are random acts of kindness. And being kind also means that not to snap at people. Because especially when we are feeling anxious, when someone says something that we don't like, or things are not going according to how we would like things to go, we may end up snapping at someone. Because when we're feeling anxious, we are very edgy. Now, how do we know we're edgy? Well, notice the heart. How is the heart beating? Is it normal pace or is it a bit fast? Notice the shoulders and neck. Are they relaxed? Because if they're stiff and tight, means that you are probably feeling stress or anxious. The tension is there. And how about the head? Does it feel heavy? Once again, if it's heavy, then you're probably feeling stressed because the body is actually getting you ready for fight or flight, neither of which is really necessary. So what the mind thinks affects the body. So in this mindfulness practice for today, I'm going to suggest to you to use the phrase, may I be kind and gentle, so that we can focus our mind to doing things and saying things that are kind and gentle. Because when we're anxious, we tend not to be kind and we tend to be harsh. So let's give it a try. And if you have any questions, please post it under the Q&A and I'll be able to reply to them after the meditation session. So first of all, I'm just going to invite you to just rotate your shoulders. Okay, and then rotate it the other way around. Whichever way you started first, that's fine. Good. And now let's just rotate our neck very gently. So even the movement is done in a gentle, kind way. And change direction. Good. And now I'm going to suggest to you to put your hands together and push those arms up and feel the spine lengthening and the body being stretched. Wow, it feels good. I feel decompression going on. Wonderful. And now lower those arms and sit yourself in a comfortable position and gently place your hand now on your chest and feel if there's any anxiety. That means tightening in the chest is also a sign of feeling anxious. And just kind of sense into it. So just close your eyes. And let's take 3 beautiful deep breaths. And just breathe kindness into your chest. And how do we do that? It's just to use the word kindness. As we feel the breath going in to our lungs and our chest moving up and down. So just use the word kindness. Just observe the breath. You don't have to do the breathing, as the body knows how to breathe. You're just observing the movement. You may notice that your chest going up and down is less pronounced as you breathe into it with the word kindness. What's in your mind affects the body. So the word kindness makes the body feel less stress. And you may now place your hands on your lap and continue to just observe the breath. And now using the phrase, may I be kind and gentle. You can repeat this phrase in your mind, either frequently or between a few breaths, whichever feels comfortable for you. May I be kind and gentle. May I be kind and gentle. May I be kind and gentle. Observe this beautiful breath that's keeping you alive with a sense of gratitude. And using the phrase, may I be kind and gentle. If your mind doesn't want to stay in the present and it wanders off, that's okay. Be kind to your mind. And just use the phrase again, may I be kind and gentle. Your mind will come back to the breath. trust. Your mind always comes back. May I be kind and gentle. Allow the mind time to settle. If there are a lot of thoughts in your mind, then repeat the phrase more frequently. May I be kind and gentle. If your mind is now very peaceful, just sit with your breath. May I be kind and gentle. Repeat this in your mind as slowly or as quickly as you wish. Now just pausing that phrase and just scan your body, noticing how your body is feeling right now. Has the tension reduced? How are your shoulders? Are they more relaxed? Your neck? Now just drop back into your breath and continue with the practice. May I be kind and gentle. Now I'd like to suggest a different phrase. May I be well and safe. May I be well and safe. Giving yourself goodwill wishes brings up positivity in your mind, and your body relaxes. May I be well and safe. Now focusing on 3 more beautiful breaths. And gently open your eyes. Okay. So how do you feel now after the practice? So if you were to compare the quality of my voice now and the quality of my voice at the start of this session, you would notice there will be a difference, or there is a difference. Because by meditating and wishing myself to be kind and gentle, well and safe, would actually make me kinder and feel more at ease and happier. So that means that when anyone comes up to me with something that I don't really want to hear, I would have more awareness to be calm about it. So this is very useful, especially when you're at home. So you're less likely to snap at someone, less likely to be impatient. So increase your patience is what this mindfulness practice does. So please do this practice every day. This way you have better relationships at home, and that means more happiness. And being kind, if something is not in place, just adjust it. There's no need to tell someone off or to fix someone. Trying to fix someone is an act of aggression. Instead, we can request, we can encourage, motivate, or suggest, and be accepting of the response. So it's not a case of making a request in a forceful way, expecting to get our way. For example, could you put the cup back into the sink? As opposed to, could you put the cup back in the sink? The same words, but without the kindness and gentleness. Even though it is a question, it sounded like a command or sounded like someone nagging. So let's make a difference in the quality of what our home environment is, and also the quality of our conversations with our colleagues by being kinder and more gentle. Perhaps the outcomes would even be better. Give it a try. By being mindful, I don't lose effectiveness. I, in fact, become more effective because people are more willing to do things. So give it a try. Okay, so there's some comments here. Oh, wonderful, Georgina. Mine is not racing as fast. I actually feel more grateful after the practice, and I feel my heart at peace. That's lovely. Thank you, Tony, for that comment. Okay, Amos is feeling sleepy. And someone here is stuck in kale and situation here is worse, have to stay positive. Yes, because whether you stay positive or negative, well, the things out there are not necessarily going to change. But the world in here, there's going to be a big difference. And this is the world we live in. The world the mind perceives. So stay positive that you're safe, you're well, and your family members are safe and well. And that's great, right? And there's no bombs falling on our roof and protests going on outside. So, there are many things to be thankful for. Thank you so much for helping with increasing patience, badly needed at home. Yes. So with the preschooler that you also have at home, well, they just want your attention because your mom or your dad, and they look up to you. You are the best friend at this age. When they grow up, you're no longer going to be the best friend. Now, I know it's hard for you to appreciate that, but those of us who have preschoolers in the past, I mean, we look back and it says those were the best times of being a mom and dad. So be present. They just want your attention. They want your love, your care, and the opportunity for you to teach them is tremendous. So teach them patience. Teach them kindness and gentleness. That's what you're teaching them when you're patient and kind with them. I always try to learn how to be more gentle, but don't know how. Well, it's in the voice a lot of times. It takes awareness. So if you haven't done the mindfulness-based stress reduction course, that's a really good course to take because there's a whole session on mindful communications. All right, and there's some questions in the Q&A section. I'm on insomnia medication that is banned in Australia. After reading this, I would like to stop this medication. How can the mindfulness training help me avoid taking medication and enjoy a good sleep? Well, I would like to suggest that you use the body scan practice mindfulness track for you to use and do it at night when you're lying down. And that might help to calm your mind because a lot of times people can't sleep because there are a lot of thoughts going on, thoughts that are invoking fear or anger. And this in turn activates a lot of the adrenaline being pumped into the body, and therefore our mind is wide awake at night. So please try to use the body scan practice, preferably the 45 minutes. And it is available on our website, but you can, if you go to YouTube, there are many choices there as well, including Dr. John Kabat-Zinn's. Okay, Amos, how do you prevent yourself from drifting off to sleep during meditation? If you have not been giving your body enough sleep, then it is very likely for your mind to drift into sleep. So just allow your mind to take a break. That's being kind. So what's also being kind is to make sure that you get at least 7 hours of sleep. So please go to bed earlier. Don't stay up late and give yourself sufficient rest because the body needs it. Okay, another one here. I missed some sessions. How can I catch up on the past recordings? You can go to Brahm Center YouTube channel and the past sessions are recorded and uploaded there. Okay, and a couple of other comments here in the chat. Thank you for the reminder to talk nicely. It is definitely a habit that can be nourishing at home. Absolutely. Just as the opposite is true when we are talking very brashly and harshly, then we really deplete everybody's energy at home. So what we do has a huge ripple effect. So instead of expecting someone else to talk nicely to us, let's be the one to talk nicely to someone else. Even if that person is not speaking nicely to us, we can say, slow down. You sound very harsh. Would you mind saying that again so that I can really understand what you would like me to do? Okay, so slow down our pace of speaking. That is also a form of gentleness. Okay, another one here. It is hard to separate the feelings from the person, especially so when a lot is invested in the relationship. Mindfulness does help in managing emotions and thoughts. Absolutely. Thank you for that comment. So one of the difficulties we face in relationship is because we look at it as an investment. Like we are investing in you or investing in this relationship, so I expect returns. So I love what I do here, where my giving to all of you today, it's not an investment. It's just a gift. So I'm not expecting anything in return. And therefore, whether you say thank you or you don't say thank you or you express appreciation, it doesn't matter because my giving is unconditional. So I'd like to suggest to all of you to give more unconditionally. And that way your happiness just goes up naturally. And you will find more ways of giving because the joy of giving unconditionally is immense. When we give expecting in return, that's when we set ourselves up for disappointment. So give it a try. Just give unconditionally. Okay, one more comment here. One comment here is, I'm anxious as my daughter may have to do a swab test while waiting for the teacher's COVID test result. So you can look at it as, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Another way is, yay, she gets a free swab test. This will confirm that she's fine. So there's no need to expect the worst. The chances of her having COVID is low. Look at the numbers. Although it's climbing up to 70 or 90 or 100, but it's relatively very low. So our mind exaggerates and catastrophizes, which is why when John Kabat-Zinn wrote the book, he called it full catastrophe living, exaggerating the threat. And that's how we get so tense and uptight. Just be realistic and celebrate things in a positive way. Like, yes, she's getting a swab test and she'll find out that she's actually well, and that'd be great. And everybody doesn't have to worry. Okay, so thank you for spending the afternoon lunchtime with me. And I look forward to seeing you again. Well, we'll be holding this every day this week. So tune in and make it known as well to your friends so they too get the benefit of these sessions. And I also like to just share screen with you on the Asia Pacific Mindfulness Conference that's coming up. Please take advantage of the early bird because it's a 50% discount. This will give you access to all the interactive sessions which are conducted by international mindfulness experts as well as our local experts. So don't miss it. And please share this good news with your friends. So just to show you very quickly a sample of the speakers, we have some amazing lineup, neuroscientists, mindfulness teachers, psychologists, and medical professionals. And there are also Chinese sessions. So for those of you who have Chinese relatives or friends. So this is the Asia Pacific Mindfulness Conference. It's organized by Brahm Center in partnership with Ministry of Health, AIC, IMH, NCSS, locally, the two medical schools, the National Health Group, HPB, and NUS. Internationally, we have Oxford and Brown University, Monash, and a whole lineup of other organizations. So we're delighted to be hosting this. Make it known. The webinars are all free. So we look forward to seeing you there. We're also going to be starting an evening session for those of you who has friends who can't make it in the afternoon. It's going to be called Unwind at Sunset. And this will comprise of stretching for about 25 minutes and then a short meditation sit. So this will help you to get your body stretched and feeling much better at the end of the day. So that will be launching on Wednesday. It will also be free over Zoom. It's going to be called Unwind at Sunset. So look out on Facebook and you'll be able to register. So see you there as well. Take care, everyone, and have a lovely week. Bye.